was like slow motion. And, sorry. I did not think I would get like emotional. But it was really fucking traumatic. I'm thinking there was a lot of things going on in my head that, like, if I had known what was actually going on. Or if you were a criminal. Or if I was a criminal.
Right. Alright, what's up, Dream Chasers? What's up, Wrench Gang?
Hi, guys.
So, this is my wife, Rachel. So, a lot of you guys have asked for, I guess, her point of view as far as how everything went down. So, obviously, all of you guys have probably seen the video of me getting arrested and the house getting raided and search warrants and stuff. I wasn't here, so I only could explain what happened with me. And actually, I forgot to tell one thing that involved a drone at my gym, but she'll tell that because that wasn't...
Oh my god, I actually forgot about that.
I know, so I...
This has been a while ago, though.
So, today's video, we're in our office because we're trying to take social media more serious. That's one of our goals for 2023. Anyways, so, we're going to go over that today, but before we do that, DJ, please hit the intro. You're supposed to say that.
Sorry! DJ, please hit that intro.
Thank you.
Supercharged, 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 supercharged.
Alright, so this is my wife, Rachel. If you guys have been subscribed to the channel, you already know that, obviously.
This is true.
So I wanted to have Rachel give her point of view, kind of on everything that happened. So this video won't be 30 minutes long or anything, but you guys obviously saw my point of view with what happened, but a lot of you guys were interested and wondering how it was.
Because I was actually the one that was here at the house when it got raided.
And she was by herself.
And I was by myself.
At least for the first part, I think until...
it was probably like... I think an hour and a half that I was by myself.
Okay.
But really the whole time I was by myself until it was all over. So,
we'll start from the beginning. So obviously you guys know, like, I go to the gym every day, super early. So Rachel was doing cardio that morning, and she didn't obviously think anything of it, but you can tell
No, it was weird.
So, like, we do social media and stuff for the gym, obviously. So...
And this has happened before, like... When the gym was being built, CKP, the builder for the gym, they did like drone footage of like, you know, the land and the gym, and it was like a promo video for them. And we do a lot of social media stuff for the gym, so it's not uncommon to see a lot of tripods, a lot of cameras, a lot of people on their phones, drones, whatever it may be. That's not peculiar. But I don't know why it was like that Goodfellas moment when he sees the helicopter and he like knows some shit is weird. I saw this drone flying around the gym and I was like, that's so weird, because it wasn't like early in the morning when the sun is coming up, like when the lighting's good. It wasn't like sunset, like during golden hour. It was like in the morning, the lighting wasn't good. So I was like, why would somebody...
it was still dark.
Yeah, it was like barely just like the timing wasn't good to be taking an outdoor drone video for like promotional videos. That's what I'm thinking. There was a lot of things going on in my head that like if I had known what was actually going on. Or if you were a criminal. Or if I was a criminal. Right. Like it would have made more so much more sense. But like in my mind I was just like, this is so weird that somebody's picking this time to film drone footage now, because the lighting's like not even good.
And at my gym we have 2 levels. So the top level is, we have weights and stuff upstairs, but we have a cool little area where you can see out on Amarillo Boulevard. So from all the cardio machines. So that's where she saw the drone, which again, I don't know like why the drone was at the gym. I have no idea.
Yeah.
But she didn't tell me that until after, because like
why would I think that like somebody was watching us with a drone, like to see what we were doing? So that morning I do cardio, like I lift, I do cardio, and it is like my first day off after working. So that is the day that I have a lot of stuff to do because I work 5 days in a row. And so I've got to meal prep, I've got to clean the house, I've got to do laundry. And so literally I get done with my cardio, I see the drone upstairs, and then I see the drone like as I'm leaving. So it's been a little bit of time that this drone has been outside, and I literally don't think anything about it. I'm just like, okay, whatever, somebody's like filming promo for
It's kind of the same
gym.
thing when I was backing out of the driveway and I looked over and I saw a police car like 2 houses down. I didn't think anything of it
Because why?
we're not doing illegal things, so like I wouldn't think like, ooh, someone's watching me or someone's down the street. I'm just like, oh, that's kind of weird. I guess something went down 2 houses down or whatever.
Yeah,
so.
and like I didn't see anything when I got home, but I just like came home, like I went to the grocery store, like I'm just doing my normal morning, and I'm literally just got done showering. I'm like starting my meal prep, and I hear like on my front door, and I'm like, that's so weird. Nobody ever knocks on our door. First of all, like nobody ever comes to our house. No. Like, but anybody that does come to our house has the code to my front door. Like, why would anybody be knocking? So I'm like, that's really weird. So I get on my security cameras and I see all of these cops outside. And the first thing that was in my mind was, oh my God, like there's a prisoner loose. And that's literally...
That was me. I guess I was the criminal.
No, like because that hasn't happened to me before, but I've heard where people will be like, the cops come to their house and they're like, have you seen anybody in your backyard? Like there's a criminal loose. Like, I don't know. That's literally what I thought. Like, why else would the cops be at my house unless they were looking for a criminal? So, I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't have anything to defend myself if there was a criminal, like, but luckily I'm like thinking, this is just going on in my head, right? At this moment, you know, before I even go to the front door, I'm like, thank God our fences are 8 feet tall. So like a criminal couldn't get into our backyard. Like there's no way I would have even seen a criminal. Like, I don't know. I really just thought like a prisoner escaped and they were just going to come look in everybody's houses. And I was like, oh my God, thank God, because I don't want to be here alone. Mm-hmm. And there's like a prisoner, you know, like gonna kill me or something. I don't know. Like my mind just also goes to like the furthest thing possible. And so again, they knock again, like, and I'm like, oh my God, this must be like a real like criminal, like a killer or something, because they are like dead ass serious. And I can see them on the security, and I'm like, there's a lot of cops out there and they like have guns. I was like, this criminal must be really fucking bad.
Super bad. It's Dominic Toretto bad.
So I'm like, oh my God, I have to go, you know, see what they want, see where this fucking criminal's at. And it was like slow motion, and sorry, I did not think I would get like emotional. But it was really fucking traumatic, because as soon as I opened the door, there was like 2 guys with huge guns. And I really like haven't talked about this a lot. I kind of thought I was over it, or that I had processed what happened. But there was 2 guys with huge guns, and they literally pulled me out of the house, and they didn't even say anything. And one cop, just a normal cop, I had my phone in my hand, you know, because I was looking at the security footage when I went up to the door, and he grabbed my phone out of my hand, and like they took me by my arms out of my door, and they were like, do you have any dogs inside? And I was like, well, yeah, I have my dog inside. What is going on? And they were like, there's illegal activity going on in this house. And I was like, what? Like, it felt like I was dreaming. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was just in a haze. I had them grabbing me. I mean, not grabbing me, but holding me like this. 2 officers holding me by my arms, and they had just taken my phone out of my hands, and they're leading me to a cop car. And I just look out, and there's like cop cars everywhere and cops everywhere. And they're just like they're already in my house. And they're like, we need to know if you have a dog. And I was like, well, yeah, I have a dog. He's outside. And so they just put me in the back of this cop car. And I'm like, what in the fuck is going on?
Pretty much that's how I felt.
Because I seriously, because it was just such a weird morning anyway, I literally thought that I was like dreaming. And I was like trying to tell myself to like wake up. Like, wake up out of your dream. This is just a dream. Wake up, wake up. And I don't know how long it took me before I realized, like, sitting in the back of that cop car, that this was fucking real life. And as some of you may have seen the demon crash video, so that was also a really fucking weird day, and it's kind of important for this story. So when that day was weird, because I drove up to Colorado that day, and I was actually supposed to drive the demon up to Colorado, but I had a flat tire. And it was the first time that the sound of us went viral. Like, 1, 2, 3, oh my god, he blinked, whatever. That sound, it went viral. So I'm like driving to Colorado, and everybody is blowing my phone up because the sound is going viral. And literally, I've been driving for 6 hours, so I haven't been looking at my phone. And I get there and I'm checking out everything because I'm like, what is going on? And that's when Kevin calls me that the demon was crashed. And I was like, he's playing a prank on me for a YouTube video, because that sounds like something he would do. But then I get on the security footage and I see that it's real. And when I saw the security footage is when Kevin was getting to the house. And he was like about to just beat this guy up.
Dude's ass.
And so that's what I'm seeing, right? And so because like we're both logged into our security footage, like the thought that was going on in my head was, oh my god, Kevin cannot see what's happening because he's gonna come and he's gonna make it worse. Like, I don't know why this is happening. Like, I don't know why they're at my house, but he can't come here because like he's gonna get arrested, because he's gonna cause a whole scene because there's all these cop cars.
No, joke's on you.
At my house.
I was already arrested.
And like the longer that and they were like, it was just really fucking weird, because the longer that I sat there, I knew that something had happened to him, because I was like, surely he would have come by now to see what was going on. Like, why are all these cops at our house? And there was like nothing I could do. I was just sitting in the back of this cop car. Like, they didn't arrest me. They didn't put handcuffs on me. They actually came to check on me because it was kind of cold, and I was like, you know, just wearing my everyday clothes. And, you know, they turned on the heat for me in the car. And when I had to use the restroom, they made sure that they weren't in that part of my house and let me come into my house and use the restroom, which I don't know if they, you know, they had to do that, but finally, probably, I want to say, and it was mortifying. It was mortifying sitting in the back of that cop car in front of my house, having people drive by and take videos of me in the back of this cop car, when I knew that there was nothing like that was going on. And so one of the cops comes out and he's like, I'm like, can you just tell me what's going on? Can you tell me why you're here? Can you tell me why you are in my house? And he was like, we have reason to believe that there's illegal activity going on in this house. And I'm not stupid. Like, I'm not dumb. I felt like they were trying to like fuck with me. I know they were trying to fuck with me, because they started me in one cop car and then they put another cop car in front of that. Like, okay, so I have a circle drive, right? And so I start in this cop car right here, and they know I can see inside the house. And then they let me kind of see that for a while, and then they move a cop car right here. right? To where like I can no longer see my house anymore. So that was kind of messing with me. And then they moved me up into this front car that was in my circle drive. And that's when he came up and was trying to talk to me. And he's like, you know, is there anything that you want to let me know? And I was like, when you tell me why you're at my house, in my house, I might talk to you. I was like, but I literally have nothing to say to you. And he's like, well, we have reason to believe that there's illegal activity going on in this house. And literally all I said was, there is literally nothing illegal that could go on in my fucking house without me knowing. And I can guarantee you that. So I'm telling you right now that there's nothing fucking illegal going on in my house that I wouldn't know about. And then when they were all done, so this had probably been like an hour and a half. It actually wasn't even that long, but of course it feels like a long time. And in that time, Ian, who was staying with us at the time, he came, and which made me feel like a lot better because I wasn't alone anymore. And he was talking to the cops and they let him go. And that's when the cops came up to me. And that's when they showed me the search warrant. They did not show me the search warrant until after they had been in my house. And so I was going through, you know, I'm looking at what they took and what the search warrant was for. And I was just so confused. Because what the list showed was, like, made no sense to me. Like, I still had no idea why this happened, even after it happened. But I saw that they took all my cash. I saw that they took all my electronics. And so Ian had actually left, and all the cops had left. And I just walked through my house. And I mean, it could have been a lot worse. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, everything was disheveled. Like, they went into our attic, and all the stuff, you know, that comes down from your attic was down on the floor. And, I mean, like, our beds were, all the bedding was off the beds. And, like, that was pretty hard to see. Just my house in shambles. And so I literally have no phone, right? They took my phone. I have no way of getting a hold of anybody. And my first thought is, like, I have to get to the gym because that's the only place that Kevin would be at. And I get to the gym and, like, nobody's there. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? But I can't get a hold of anybody. Like, Angela's not there, David's not there, Kevin's not there. And I come in and, like, I don't even know who was working at the front desk that day.
I think it was Bryson.
I think it was Bryson, but I was like, where is Kevin? Like, where's Angela? And of course, they, you know, they didn't need to tell everybody what was going on. So they didn't know. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And I don't even remember. It kind of is a haze, but somehow I got a hold of Angela, and she told me that she was picking up Kevin, that he had been arrested, and she was picking him up, and we were gonna meet at my house. And so I called my work, because I don't live that far from my work, and I had actually seen one of my coworkers drive by, so I already knew that everybody at my work was gonna know, so I wanted to let them know that everything was okay, and I would tell them in person, you know, what was going on, but I just wanted them to know I was okay and why all the cop cars were in front of my house. And so I drove back to the house, and Kevin got there shortly after, and I just was so fucking scared. Like, I was so scared because I didn't know why he had been arrested. And to see him, I was like, thank God that he got out. And, you know, we just all sat in my house.
Yeah, we
talking to each other because like we had nothing, right? They took my Wi-Fi router. So we had our TVs, but we had no Wi-Fi, no phones, no anything. So we just like all sat there on my couch, and I think all of us were like in a daze.
Yeah.
Because everybody's experience of that day,
it's all different,
was all so different, but like it all affected us.
Yeah, it's like one of those movies you see where it's like 12
all the
persons
different
point of views.
yeah, like all the different perspectives of all of the
same
one
story.
event.
Yeah.
I've never had something like that happen, but it was so visceral for every single person involved. And that the rest of that day was pretty difficult, you know, as I'm like trying to clean up my house, we're trying to get everything going. I don't think it hit me until I was like, you know, going through all my clothes, and I opened up my drawers and they had just gone through all of my underwear, and
which was weird.
Which was very weird because that had nothing to do with like.
They didn't touch any of my clothes.
His drawers
weren't touched at all.
Were not even touched because like I'm super
weird.
super OCD. Like
the way she like folds
the way
stuff.
I fold things, because everything has to be like very particular to get into our drawers a certain way. So I'm checking my drawers, and of course I'm like, I know that they probably went through my drawers because that's where people like hide stuff, is in their underwear drawers. It was a little violating to see that, and then I was like, I'm gonna check Kevin's drawers, and they hadn't even touched his drawers. They didn't even move anything in his drawers, and
or my closet.
Or his closet. My closet was completely rifled through, like destroyed. And I just felt really fucking violated. Because this had nothing to do with me. It still has nothing to do with me. Like, I wasn't involved in any of these videos. And that's just when I lost my shit. I was okay. I really was. Like, I kind of was crying when I saw Kevin. I feel like I'm actually more emotional talking about it now than that day.
It's more traumatic, I think.
But I really like had gotten to the point where I don't really think about it anymore, and I think it's been really difficult now with all these videos coming out and like having to relive this and talk about it. But I want to give people my my experience of this, because I hope that nobody ever ever has to go through this. Yeah, so when that happened, I really just fucking lost it. I really, really lost it. And I remember Ian saying something to me that I have to tell myself even now, still, to this day, 9 months later.
8.5.
8.5 months later, he said, the traumatic event is already over. It's already done. Like, yes, it was extremely traumatic, but it's over. It's done. Like, nobody died.
No, but we're all freaking out.
Nobody got shot. You know, it was like, it was very hard to perspectively bring it back, like, because
even like that night when we were sleeping, like, Ian's like, dude, I swear I just saw a drone over the house. I'm
yeah,
like,
dude, everybody...
dude, you're tripping. So like, I literally hopped in the Jeep and drove. I was like, dude, there's nothing. Like, I drove for like 20 minutes. I was like, there's so like
everybody was really shaken.
Yeah, and like anytime, obviously, I went to jail 3 times. So like for me, it was just anytime I see a cop car, even now, like I hear a siren, I'm like,
it was.
So, and I don't know how long like we'll be messed up for. You'll be messed up for. It's just one of those things like. And
I really did feel like I had worked through a lot of the trauma of this up until recently, when, you know, there was this resurgence of the videos and the footage, and But I think it is good to talk about it and to get it out and to answer the questions and for people to know that you're not alone. Like, I know I'm not the first person to obviously ever fucking deal with this. Especially ever. You know, I'm not going to be the last person. And I think putting this information out and being able to talk about it openly and share our experiences so that maybe we can help somebody else, or you guys can offer some, if you've been through something like this, you can offer us some way of getting through it, because it was extremely traumatic for all of us in different ways. And I think it affected us in different ways for the past 8 months. Which is crazy. It's crazy that, I mean, it literally changed the way that I think.
Yeah, I mean, as shitty as it was, we tried to make it as a positive thing as we could. So, like,
and thank God that, like, everybody knows what type of person that Kevin is and what type of people that we are. So they already knew, like...
Yeah, like, luckily...
They already knew who you were.
Yeah, luckily, like, I don't know. We have a lot of people who support us, not just, like, outside, like, in YouTube world, like, outside of Amarillo. But in Amarillo, we do. Like, you know,
we're very blessed. Like, our families, like, his mom was like... Okay, Kevin, like, what? And, you know, my parents obviously were extremely concerned. Like, my dad is a worry person. They were obviously concerned for, like, how we were doing. You know, like, how are you doing? Not necessarily, like, what it actually was about. Which is really cool, because I think not a lot of people are as blessed as us to have the support that we have. Just no questions asked support. And that has been what has made this that much easier to go through. Yeah. Is the support. Yeah. Like, I think that it definitely, it affected our relationship, but I think that it made us stronger.
Yeah, I mean, you go through some shit like that. It's definitely a weird,
yeah, and
it's just like I don't know, it's a weird... Just a weird thing.
Yeah, and there was a lot of repercussions of that we had to deal with. Obviously, ripples of that, what happened. That, you know, it just keeps snowballing. Choices are made, and it all stems from this event. And I don't know, it's been a really fucking hard year.
Yeah, 2022 was just, it was just interesting. But it's one of those things that we try to take as much positive shit as we could from it. So, like, obviously I don't make any of those videos anymore. Those were, like, old videos.
They were.
But it kind of allowed us to take a step back from social media and...
like, really focus on our goals, which both of us have had, like, we had a very specific fitness goal in mind last year, and I think that caused us, like, gave us fuel for that.
Yeah. So, I mean, I spent a shitload of money, obviously. But, you know, money is one of those things that you can always make back. It's just the time that you never get back.
Yeah.
Or my mugshots on Google or whatever. But, so, like, my thing is, like, as shitty as it was, well, like, I'm going to try and use this to my advantage then. Like, I'm going to post about it, you know, because people would like to know. When, you know, it's social media. People want to know what's going on in your life. So.
We're all nosy as fuck. Like, let's just admit it. Like, we are voyeurs. We love watching other people's lives. That's why reality TV is extremely popular. That's why social media is so popular, is because we want to know, like, what's going on in people's lives. And
Yeah, good or bad.
Yeah, good and bad. Because, you know, we just are nosy. Like, all of us are guilty of being nosy. And I think for us to be able to come and give people perspective, tell them a story of what happened, and, you know, just get it out.
Yeah.
But, like, this is it. Like, I've spoke my piece.
Yeah, exactly.
I have put out what happened to me, and I hope that nobody ever experiences
And if
that.
you do, you sadly just have to try and be as positive as you can.
Yes,
and try and, like,
because-
look for anything positive in whatever it is. So,
I think that really, like, that day when we all came together, I think that was when I was, like, looked at my blessings. Like, I have a husband who works his ass off. I have these friends that would do anything for us. Like, he has these clients. Like, I have my work. Like, it really gave me so much perspective. And as shitty and as traumatizing and as terrible as that experience was, I think it made me a better person. I think it gave me so much perspective and
right.
made me really realize, like, yes, shitty stuff happens every fucking day to people all the time. This is not singular to me. You are not fucking special. But how special are you because of X, Y, and Z? How special are you because of all the things that you've got in your life? This thing that happened that's bad, it won't matter. Because look at this. Look at all these good things.
Yeah. And just control what you can.
Yeah.
Because, like, there was a point where after I got arrested, the 3 times, I was like, and it was, like, over. I was like, okay, like, I'm done. I'm done worrying about it. I can't, like, what am I going to just look over my shoulder the whole time? So it's like, you have to just be like, you know what? Fuck it. Type of deal. So.
Yeah, if you don't have control over it, there's no reason to cause yourself anxiety about it.
No.
There's not.
No, and that's what I've learned.
Because you just got to put it into somebody else's hands. Like, when we hired our lawyer, that was like, we both said, like...
Yeah, and I didn't bug her at all. I just was literally like, she's just going to do what she needs to do.
Like, we are paying you to do literally your job.
Yeah.
Like, we have put our faith in you, that we believe that you will do your job to the best of your abilities, so we cannot worry about what happens. It is out of our hands, and we have to trust you and let you do your job, whatever your job may be. Like, people have to train you with their body, or trust you with their bodies, and then training them. Like, we just, it was almost therapeutic. For me, at least, to be able to, like, let go, because I am, like, a worry wart.
Well, it is what it is.
But it was good. It was good to be like, okay, this is out of my hands now.
Yeah.
And to just really, like, let that go.
Yeah. So, and then it's all okay. Do you think that I should have taken the probation, or should I have fought the case?
That's tough.
I'll tell you this. If I was a normal ass person, like, let's just say, even if I owned a business, I had no social media, I probably would have fought it.
Yeah.
So, although, like, I don't make a ton of money on YouTube or whatever, YouTube is a big part of my life. So, and the other thing of that, too, is, like, I just want her money back. Like, the other shit we've already replaced.
Yeah, like, literally, that's the only thing that is...
And for everybody who's like, well, you're not going to get your shit back till the end of probation. No, they've already, like, everything has already been signed off. We're literally just waiting for it to get done. So, by the end of January, hopefully, we should have all of our stuff back. So, and we'll make a video when that does happen. But, I mean, I kind of lined up everything to make sure beforehand. It wasn't like, oh, it's going to be a year. Like, at the end of probation. No, it's like, I don't smoke, I don't party, like, I drive 2 miles to the gym every day, and I'm there all day usually. So
Like, we're boring.
I'm very, very boring. As exciting as like people think my life is, I think it's very boring.
We're like extremely boring. Like, seriously, both of us wake up at like 4:40. We go to the gym. Kevin's there literally all day. I go to work. I'm there until 7. Kevin's there until 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. We come home, and that's it. Like,
super
we
boring.
are very,
So-
very boring.
Yeah. So, but if I was a normal person, like I would have fought. I would have fought it.
I thought,
So,
I think you know that I wanted you to fight
yeah.
the cases because
Well,
I thought it was fucking stupid.
And I think if they wouldn't have taken a bunch of shit from my house, I would have fought it too. Like, that's the thing you guys don't understand is like.
But I was really fucking pissed. Like, that's why. So, I was really hurt for a long time. And then I, like, went through, like, those grief stages, I guess, maybe. And then I just got really fucking mad.
Yeah, you kind of go through like.
Like, I just got really mad. And there was a point where I was like, I'm gonna come at you as fucking hard as I can. And I mean, like, no, I was just telling myself this. Like, fuck you, this is so fucking, like, I was just rage, like, just so much hatred and anger and rage inside of me, like, and at that point I wanted you to fight it, but I understand what your reasoning was for not fighting it.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, I just want this shit to be over.
Like, I want it to be over, you want it to be over. I'm glad that you made the decision that you made.
Yeah.
I will always support your decisions.
Yeah.
Like, whatever, because at the end of the day, like, we're married, but we still have 2 lives. Like, you have your life, I have my life, we have a life together, but, you know, that was not my decision to make. That was not my life. You know, that was your life, that was your reputation, your livelihood, and that was your choice to make. So who am I? Who am I to say, oh, you should do this, you should do that? That's not my place. I can offer my opinion, but just like everything, I don't know how some married couples are, but I think that we both offer our opinions, and we both know that the other one is going to do whatever the fuck they're going to do, whether I offer my opinion or not. For good or bad, but I love you, and I will always support your decisions.
Yeah. I was just
And he
curious.
didn't want to fight it. No, I mean, I kind of like wish that you had, because I kind of think that the whole thing is so blown out of proportion.
Oh no!
and
I mean,
so
it's,
dumb.
It is. It's dumb and it's stupid and it's ridiculous. 100%.
But I 100% want this to be fucking over. So I get not wanting to fight it, because I would have just dragged it out, and honestly probably would have just been.
It would have been another year
Oh,
and a
yeah.
half.
And
Because they would have just drug it out.
because this happened in April. You know, like.
Yeah. It took 8 months to do a deal, when in reality, like, it doesn't usually take that long. So they were just trying to, like, what they'll do usually, this has happened in other cases, is what I'm saying, they'll, like, push it out so long where you're like, this is fucking stupid, I'm just going to take a deal. Because if they know that they're going to lose in court, but the problem is you can't be like, well, I want to have court now. That's not how it works, sadly. So,
I think it just put a lot of perspective into me. Like, I guess maybe I'm just ignorant and uneducated about the way that the justice system works. And this really, like...
justice system, yeah.
Justice system.
Yeah.
And that's just being ignorant. And this really, like, put it into perspective, like, this happens to a lot of fucking people.
Yes.
I've been reading comments on these videos.
Yeah, we see, like, although I don't respond to every comment, I read them. Like,
I've read every single comment,
So-
and
that's a lot for
it
1.5 million people watching the video.
It breaks my fucking heart
Yeah,
that
some
this
of
has
those,
happened to other people.
some of those, reading some of those, I was like, Jesus Christ. So,
Like, because I feel you. I know what you went through. And it's fucking bullshit. And it breaks my heart to read those comments when I see shit like that on the other videos.
yeah.
And it really, like, just... I had no idea that it would take this long Like, I understand, like, prosecutors
I wouldn't have
and
thought it would have taken
lawyers
until
and...
December. I was thinking June, July, maybe.
Yeah, we were thinking, like, maybe a few months.
Not 8 months, so... But,
and my mom, you know, like, your parents are always worried about you. My parents would call and they'd be like, what's going on? Like, and I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, I have no idea.
When something happens, like, I will let you know, but there's nothing going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
It really just, like, I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely did not know about a lot of things.
It's all good.
It is all good. We made it out. Like, we're still together. We're still happy. We're still fucking...
11 months confirmation. So...
I did not leave him. I saw one comment. It was like, bro, we're just gonna leave you when you're in jail. And I was like, I was literally like, whatever this man did, I don't even know what he did. I will fucking go to prison for him. Like, that's how much I love this man. I was like, I don't even know. Like, but I knew that nothing happened. You know what I mean? But I was like, if anything happens, like, oh, we'll take the fall. Like, I don't even know what I would be taking the fall for. I can't take the fall for YouTube videos. But I was like, no. I was just glad that he was okay. And I think that a lot of people were like, oh, this might be bad for y'all. But here we are. Boom.
Yep. So, but there you go. There's Rachel's side of the story.
Yeah, sorry for getting all fucking... it's hard.
I did lie. The video is not going to be short. It's like 40 minutes. So
yeah, sorry. Because I talk a lot. I talk a lot, but I wanted to...
That's fine. You got to get your shit out, man.
I
didn't know mine was going to be 30 minutes. I had no idea. I looked at the thing and I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, no, I saw that. I looked over and I was like... Not me talking.
But there's a lot, like...
There is a lot.
You have to explain it and you have to explain how you feel, so there's a lot going on, so...
Well, yeah, and there's things that, like, people don't know. Like, when I looked at the security footage and, you know, I figured you would look at the security footage and you would come, like, just... Screw!
Yeah,
why are you at my house?
Normally, yeah.
Yeah, and that's...
Then I would have caught a real charge.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, oh my god, he cannot come here. Yeah. But, you know, there's this... It's like that movie, Slumdog Millionaire. Mm-hmm. They're like, they can't understand why he knows all the answers to this. You know what I mean? But these past experiences, they shape you into who you are. And so this whole day, I don't want to say felt like all of these things in my life had been leading me to this, but it was like weird because, you know, Goodfellas is one of my very, very favorite movies. And I see this fucking drone and I'm like, am I Ray Liotta right now? Am I tripping? Am I paranoid? You know, and then you just, it's weird. All of these things that have happened in your life start running through your head, all these past experiences, and you're like, has every moment been leading me here? It's really weird. I don't know. It was just a fucking weird day. It's been a weird 8 months. We're fucking back.
So, yes. There's some very large things happening this year, which I'm very excited about.
I am so excited. 2022 was fucking horrible. We're done. We closed the chapter on that book, and 2023 is...
We started off with a bang. I'll tell you that.
We did. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. Yes. Thank you.
We wouldn't be doing shit without you guys. So.
It would not be possible. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, supporting the clothing company, supporting the gym, watching the videos, commenting, liking. Like, it makes a huge difference. Mm-hmm. And just your general support, you know. I haven't seen not one negative comment.
No.
Which is insane. Because normally people are kind of mean on the internet.
No. You put the footage out there and you let the footage dictate what people are going to say. So.
That's true.
But thank you guys so much for supporting. We really appreciate it. If you guys want to follow Rachel, she does have a new YouTube channel.
I do! I finally did it.
Yeah, so she started that. She's over 1,000 subscribers. But that's something she's going to be working on. So
yes, I'm really excited.
I'll link it in the description, and then I'll put it at the beginning of this video, like when she's talking. So, but if you guys want to follow her at Rachel Van Voris on Instagram, you guys can do that as well. Mm-hmm. You guys can follow me at KellyBoyKev as usual on Instagram and on Snapchat. You guys can always hit me up. I try to answer all direct messages, as long as there's not just like fire emojis. But otherwise, thank you guys for supporting. I really appreciate it. We have a lot of things that are happening. So obviously, you guys saw the Dodge Demon's gonna get fixed. That's gonna be a big one. And we just have a lot of stuff planned, which I'm really excited about. So thank you guys for always watching and supporting. And my name is Kevin Van Voris.
We out this bitch.
See you guys.